Do the words GST, BAS and pay-as-you-go withholding freak you out, or you kind of don't know what they mean? Like many business owners, you're not alone, and for soon-to-be business owners or startup entrepreneurs, this video is really aimed at you to break down those key terms in one simple picture. My name is Fernando, I'm the director and founder of Solid Partners. We're accountants and advisors, and in this snap hack, we're going to break down those key terms in one nice simple picture. So on our left, we have sales. That's what you're invoicing to clients for goods or services that you're providing to them. Now, if you're registered for GST, or you have to be registered for GST, you'll be liable for an additional 10% on those sales figures. So GST is goods and services tax. So if you were selling goods for $10, you'd have to charge the client an additional $1, and that's represented by the dashed green box on top of the sales. Expenses are costs that we incur to produce those goods or services, represented by the solid red line. Now, if you've paid GST, and most suppliers that are large would be registered for GST, then you would have paid an additional 10% in GST on your expenses. GST on sales, less the GST on your expenses, is your net liability, and that amount is reported in your business activity statement, also known as a BAS. Now, depending on your size, you either report quarterly or monthly, and that net liability, so the GST on your sales minus the GST on your expenses, is reported in your BAS, and then you pay that with your business activity statement liability. If you employ or you're about to employ, then you as an employer are obligated to withhold tax from your employees' wages. If you've been employed before, essentially you receive a gross wage, they'll take some tax out, and you would have received a net pay. The role is now reversed, and as the employer, it's your obligation to withhold the tax and then remit that to the ATO on your employee's behalf. Again, that's done through the business activity statement, and that's represented by the dashed blue line. And you can see here that your BAS is a combination of your GST liability and the tax that you withhold for your employees. Now, profit is essentially the solid bar for sales less the solid bar on expenses and the entirety of wages, including the tax, and that leaves what's called profit. So you're not paying income tax on the GST, you're only paying income tax on the GST exclusive profit. So your profit times your tax rate, and that's dependent on the structure that you're operating through, equates to your income tax for that financial year, which is represented by the dashed yellow box here. Your tax returns are lodged yearly, and in a nutshell, these are the various obligations of a business, and hopefully that makes sense. In our next video, we're going to tackle really simple, pragmatic solutions on how to handle the cash flow around BASs and put good business habits into your business so that you're not struggling to pay your obligations when they fall due. If this was informative, please subscribe below. If you have any questions, send them through, and please like us on our social media. Look forward to seeing you on the next